Hello everybody, this is Ina again, and thank you so much for joining me and for joining our October video hop, and thank you Shannon for inviting me. Today I would like to make another collage page for my art journal here, and I will fast forward it so it won't take quite as long. So I've already prepared the background, a simple gessoed art paper. I used some homemade sprays with a little bit of water splatter, and now I am just using my ink pad to put a little more shading on it, especially around the border. Right here I like to apologize for all the shaking you experience with my video right now. I am still experimenting with a better setup, and hopefully my future videos will be way more stable. So now I am using a stamp. It's a lovely feather stamp, just to start putting some interest into the background. I will continue with a little stenciling. I'm using a very dark purple ink pad here. And I like to use just my cloth and my fingers to apply the ink. That was very fast. It was just a foreign language book, as I will be using some bits and pieces from it, as well as magazine cutouts and odds and ends from different napkins. These little pieces of music notes are also taken from a napkin, so I'm putting them down using gel medium. I make sure I go over the edges and the top as well. And the lady will be my main image, so I'm measuring just a bit to see where these little book pieces can go. I really enjoy using a script as fillers and as a background in my collages, and these are flower images also taken from a napkin, and so is this little postcard I'm putting down. As all these napkin elements are somewhat translucent, they do not overpower the background too much. Alright, now I would like to put down this little feather. I love feathers, but this one is a bit boring. It's just beige, so I'm putting a little pink and purple on it with my tiny little ink pads here. Alright, much better. Oops, sorry, my camera is rotating. Oops. Alright, now I'm putting down my little lady in her corner. I really enjoy making these kind of collage pages, and please check my channel. There are quite a few flip-throughs of my collage art journals. Alright, oops, I forgot to distress the feather a bit. It's definitely better to do this before you apply the ink, but oh well, it worked. Oops. Alright, repositioning it. Alright, better. And now the border. This is also cut from a magazine, some advertisement. I went ahead and cut it in the right length. So this goes a bit faster. Usually when I do a collage, I start with the main image and then I look for all the other details, and that can all take a little while. So in this case, I prepared everything ahead of time. As you see, I put the top of the feather over the little border. I think it gives a nice effect that way. And now a little more stenciling. I'm using a gesso. So the stencil, it just has little tiny holes, and applying it at the edges of the napkin helps it all to blend a bit and give a bit extra interest as well. Now this is a watercolor pen. It's made by Crayola, and you can find it in the kids section. It's very inexpensive but works very nice. It has nice bright color and it smudges nicely, and so I am just shading the edges a bit to kind of blend it all together. It is a nice purple. And a little more pink on my music notes. There we go. All right. Then I found this beautiful necklace. It has very bright purple beads, and so I cut it out, and now I'm gluing it on bits at a time because it's a bit delicate. I like to use these very delicate pieces so in my journals, although they're a bit of a pain to cut out, and I think they bring a lot of interest to the page and look really nice. All right, what now? Oh yes, a little more pink on my feather. And now I'm starting to outline. I'm sorry, but because of the position of my camera, it was very hard for you to see what I'm actually doing, so I cut a bit of it, but basically I outlined the lady, her hair, her dress, the folds of her gown, etc. Now I'm doing the same to the feather. In this case I'm using a regular Sharpie. Most of my other outlining I do with a superfine Sharpie. And now a few gel pens, mostly purple, pink and silver, to put a little more interest into the feather. I really enjoy working on these details, and I can really spend a lot of time, fixing it all up until I really like it. All right, better. I'm also adding a little silver to her dress. She has these lovely little stars. Now I'm outlining the necklace, and I will do every bead, but because I want to keep the video short, I'm stopping somewhere here in the middle and will continue later. This is my white gel pen for the highlights. Even though I won't be able to finish every detail of this collage on this video, I will post photos of the completed page at the end, so please stay tuned. So a little highlight here and there, and now I'm thinking about my quote I'm going to put down. I do not always write quotes. Sometimes I use a phrase or maybe just a word, or sometimes nothing. This time I choose the quote, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." I usually write it down first with my thin marker, and then I go over it again with a heavier marker to kind of round out the letters, to make them look good. And I do not stick with one font at all. I mix it all up. I also mix up capital letters and lower letters. I love the look, and also I think it's a lot less stressful writing that way. So it's nearly done, and at this point I'm thinking it might just need one more little thing, a little metal butterfly. Alright, and here's a completed picture. A view of the feather and of the lady in her corner, the pretty necklace, and of course the quote. I hope you liked it. Bye bye.